sometimes mistakes are good. Like having things not be perfect sometimes. The best songs are the ones that have little glitches in there. Everything's not perfect because they're done with heart. You know, so there was a certain point in time this afternoon where I had to go like, this thing's good. I'm just gonna go work around with everybody and make sure they're comfortable and they got everything buttoned up, but like, stop analyzing. And then it seemed like the day took a long time from there to get to the show because it was, then we had like, now the doors are later and like, oh, it just seemed long. So, but it was fun.
So you mentioned some things that you wish you would have done differently,
Yeah.
maybe. So what are like maybe one or two things that you learned from this experience that you're kind of moving forward, you're gonna adjust?
Well, like just as an example, you talked about the new ramp. So the new ramp, it's like this, I said the other one was silver, so you always saw it, no matter how much you could dim the lights, but you always saw it because it was silver and it reflected. But then this one's all black, so I was like, you know, I'd like to be able to take that down more, so I'm not seeing this big silver thing there all the time. It just bothered me, right? But then you put the black one there, and then like they were early in the show, I'm like, Jesus, there's just like black hole over there now where there's nothing. Like, holy cow! Like, we might have to turn the lights on under this thing up a little bit. Like, it's too dark now over there. It looks like there's nothing, like just a big empty cave over there. So, you know, just little things that until you go do it, and even when you say, well, could you have noticed that in the afternoon? It's tough. I don't have a house full of fans. I have an empty arena. So you look at an empty arena, but what's it going to look like when it's packed with people, right? You have to keep those things in mind. I remember I did I was at somebody else's event and I did a big talk for them. And they said to me, don't worry, we have the whole thing on prompter. You don't worry about it. And I went through it anyways and memorized the whole thing because I was like, just in case. And I get out there, and where the prompter was, well, once everybody was in the arena, you couldn't see the prompter. It was beneath all the people, right? So when people sat down in their chairs, it was behind the last row of people. I'm like, so everybody else that was on this speaking panel were like panicking, like, you can't see the prompter. Oh my God, you told us the prompter. There's no prompter. So thank God I memorized my stuff. There's always things like that you taking into account something when you can't see it for later is tough. So then you get in there with the people who are in there and you go like, I get it. Even music for me. We'll listen to music. They create music. I listen to it on headphones. I listen to it. I go, sounds great. Then when we get here, I want to listen to it in the arena. I want to listen to it in the big speakers and in this cave and hear it here. And what are the beats? How do I hear it differently? And then I also want to hear it when it's packed and they're making noise with it because it's different now. Everybody's lining it up and the sound is different. See, there's so little nuances to these things of little bits and pieces. So it's stuff like that you say, I would have done that differently because of course I didn't know it was going to be that way until I see it, but then you're going to tweak it and change it. So those are the things that I look at and I go like, next week we'll fix that. Next week we'll fix this, and there's going to be a few things he's going to say, I can't fix that next week. It's going to take me 3 weeks.
You got a list.
I can get this new one in and whatever, and we'll do that. But you know, that's the constant process, constantly adjusting.
I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I got to ask this.
One more.
Going into the crowd after the show.
That was a complete. I never even talked about going out there. It was just. We did the big giant all the talent brawl, right? This crazy moment for the network that was like the like this. Oh my God! Like way to end the street fight, get us to the next week with the street fight. But as it everybody kind of dissipated, I was like, no one's leaving. Everybody's staying there. And I'm like, oh my God, this is flat. So we need something. So I was like, oh my God, hey, you know what, Mike? Hit my music. This is great. I had thought about it, like at one point in time I had thought about, man, do I want to come out here and address these people? Because I really do feel like I want to tell them, hey, thanks for getting us to where we are. And man,